What's up, everybody? This is Just Fresh.
And this is Monty Bush.
Welcome to episode 13, our Wrestlemania Spectacularrr episode, man. WrestleMania 37 just went down, Monty. What is up with you, brother? What are you thinking about?
Dude, I feel like this was like the longest week in wrestling history I've ever been a part of.
The ultimate WrestleMania Spectacularrr.
It was just crazy because you had the NXT, you still had AEW.
Bro, we still had Monday Night Raw.
Yeah,
we still had SmackDown, so it was like a super packed week. NXT was 2 nights this week, so we had it on Wednesday and Thursday. It was the last night that it was gonna be on Wednesday nights, and man,
it was nuts, dude. Plus they had the Hall of Fame. I didn't even get a chance to watch it.
Bro, I didn't have enough time for that.
Yeah.
There's only so much I can watch. I didn't even catch Young Rock this week.
I did catch Young Rock, and it was good. It was hella good.
They never disappoint.
Dude, you'll die laughing at this one. But as far as WrestleMania is concerned, I screwed up not knowing my picks. Thank you for
this man forgot his own predictions.
Yeah, I did. And you know what? My predictions were fire, too.
Yeah, dude, you caught me off guard with a lot of them. And, a good thing I went back and captured them. But we're definitely going to go through that. But before we do, why don't we talk about what's new with us, brother?
Man, as far as me, I got a show May 1st at Uptown Takeout with Rasar, Scourge. Rasar used to be Random Abilities, and DJ Epic.
Word
so
up.
May 1st, it's supposed to be 7 to 11 p.m. at Uptown Takeout in Sacramento.
Sacramento heavy hitters, man. Some people that have definitely been around in the hip-hop scene for quite some time. Like,
I really wanted to push that, so that's what I'm focusing on right now. Like, I'm even at home trying to memorize everything, so I want to make sure I got this. You know what I mean? I don't want to screw anything up. Of course I will, because I'm me. That's just what I do.
That's what's up, man.
How are you?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a busy week for me. I've been really just trying to get everything ready for the wedding season, because now that the world is pretty much opening back up, it's time for me to get back to the wedding gigs. So my Saturdays and Sundays are going to be really busy. So I'm glad we've been able to get all this time for the podcast, because now I'm going to start being hella busy.
Fingers crossed, June 15th, we're supposed to open back up in California. So
sweet.
I mean, June 15th, hopefully.
But you had a little surprise for our followers on Instagram today, right? We got something new.
Yeah, I got some stickers. I got some stickers made, and for those that have been following us, retweeting and everything like that, please get at me. At me on Twitter, at me on or DM me on Instagram. Get at us at Jabroni Bros Pod. And I will try to get some stickers out to you guys if you guys want any.
Yeah, man, we're going to do we have a very small batch, so it's really for the people that are really down and want to support and really want to help us push our brand. So if you are interested in that, let us know, and we'll look out for you. Or, hopefully we'll just run into you at a local event like the one that Bush has coming up soon.
Exactly, and I'm definitely going to have them there, and I'm going to be all over the place with those. So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen them yet, you will. Trust me.
Now, on this week's episode, we, just wanted to give full disclosure. It's this is WrestleMania weekend. We've been watching a ton of wrestling, and we've been kicking it all day, and it's late. And full disclosure, man, I don't know if gonna have enough time to sit there and edit the whole YouTube video for tonight. So we've been thinking about a different approach for this episode. So I'm thinking we'll just put up the audio, and we'll just make a few social media clips, and we'll kind of just see what our audience thinks. And if you guys are, cool with that, and it will actually save us a ton of time so we can focus on other things. And
yeah, man,
because I gauge it by that.
I'll be honest with you, bro. The editing on these videos is not easy. He knows. I mean,
it's at least an extra 5 to 6 hours bare minimum.
At the very least.
That's if you're fast.
Yeah, and we're waiting. You know what I mean? We're always waiting. I'll try to upload that thing at night, and it'll be done by 1 p.m., 2 p.m. the next day.
Right, and then I'll take my MacBook with me to work so I can edit it during my downtime. And it's we got families too, so it's there's only so much we can do. And again, this is a passion project. So until we really get paid, we just gonna make it do what it do.
And I know you love seeing me, but I can't always be there for you on the camera, baby.
I guess you guys are just gonna have to make sure you tune into our social media channels, right, to see our beautiful faces.
Of course, and I am a beautiful man, by the way. That's with or without WrestleMania.
All right, so Bush, we just finished night 2. Why don't we just get straight into it? What our impression was of this Sunday's WrestleMania. The biggest match that we had was Roman Reigns versus Edge and Daniel Bryan. What did you think, brother?
Personally, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I forgot that it was a damn no disqualification match.
Well, by default, by it being a triple threat match, that means it's going to be no rules, no DQ.
Which is fine with me because Roman got the squad. You know what I mean? And when you got a squad on your back, yo, you got the better chances of you winning.
He had main event Jey Uso by his side and Paul Heyman as his, not as a special counsel.
Yeah.
It's like, how could you go wrong?
No.
This has been his year. And honestly,
Jay's year too.
Yo, for both of them. He won the Andre the Giant battle, Battle Royal.
Yeah.
On Friday Night SmackDown. So it's like, it's perfect, man. He didn't have a whack year. He was like, he stepped up. He's not just the which twin are you now. It's like, no, that's main event Jey Uso, because every time he's in the main event, he makes it better.
And he's hyped at all times. He always looks like he wants to fight somebody at all times.
That dude's down for the funk instantly, and I love it. Some of my notes that I had, or some of the things that I noticed throughout the match was, or even throughout the whole segment, was Edge came out to a huge pop.
Edge, I mean, it's Edge. You know, they were really pushing, you know, the fact that today is the day, 10 years.
10 years and like one day, I think.
Yeah.
From when he actually had to retire.
Because of his neck injury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like they really pumped that even on the promos. And you know what, dude? Like, honestly, for him to even be back in here wrestling again, that is a dangerous situation. And props to him for even stepping into the ring.
And to be performing at such a high level.
Yeah, no, he's on... Not only is he performing on a high level, but on the mic, he's on a high level.
Next level on the mic compared to most people on the roster right now.
Yeah, he was killing it, dude. He put some NXT people to shame. Like bad. But as far as this match is concerned, yo, the finish is the best part. The finish was literally the best part of the whole match for me. Now there was spots, you know, obviously with the table spot, Roman Reigns putting Daniel Bryan through that, and as he, you know, kind of celebrates, Edge hits him with a spear, which was dope because you didn't. I mean,
it was completely out of the frame.
Yeah, it was out of the frame.
Yeah, he hit Daniel Bryan with that power bomb through the table.
Yeah,
completely obliterating the guy. And Edge just comes out of nowhere and bam, hits him with the spear.
You know, the double submission on Roman Reigns?
That was dope. Hell, even earlier in the match, man, Jay, as soon as the match starts, Jay gets involved. He starts hitting Daniel Bryan and Edge with super kicks until Edge hits Jay with an impaler DDT onto the steps to get him outside of the match. Like that, they took him away in the stretcher, so we're thinking, oh man, he's gone for the match. But nope, he comes back, shows up for Roman when he needs him most. Edge was setting Daniel Bryan up for a concerto, so he has a chair underneath Daniel Bryan's head and underneath Roman Reigns' head. He's gonna slam the chair on top of him to kind of pretty much sandwich him, you know?
Yeah. So there's a chair underneath one dude's head and underneath another guy's head, and Edge has a chair in his hand as well. So he's gonna try and sandwich him.
Yeah.
He hits Daniel Bryan, but as he gets ready to go hit Roman.
Here comes Jay.
And then Jay, you know what I mean, disrupts everything.
Holding it down for Zeus.
Takes a spear for trying to help his cousin.
Yeah.
And then Roman Reigns gets up.
Just enough time for him to hit a spear on Edge, and then he stacks Edge's body on top of Daniel Bryan and pins them both, solidifying that he is the tribal chief.
And it was a dope finish, man. It was awesome.
It was a hell of a way to end a show. It's been a long wrestling weekend, and for it to end on such a high level like that, man, like, I'm happy.
I was happy at the fact that the people booed Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns ate it up as a heel.
Yeah.
Because honestly, Roman Reigns is just a better heel than he is a babyface.
100%.
In my personal opinion. And I feel like he got the real WrestleMania results that he deserved.
It comes off more authentic with Roman when he's like that in these positions. And
I mean, he came in as a heel with the Shield.
Yeah, but it was kind of like he was just kind of a badass. But now it's like, now he's like, nah, like I'm full out tribal chief, head of the table. You guys will bow to me. You will acknowledge me. And it works. Yeah. And it works well. And, you know, he came back from, he came back at SummerSlam. That was in August. And really, he's been holding it down. He's brought everybody's interest back into wrestling.
Yeah.
He's been the main event person that everyone has been talking about, and he makes everyone want to watch Friday Night SmackDown.
That was honestly probably the match of the night of night 2.
Yeah, so for WrestleMania Sunday, I would say the match of the night was the Universal Championship for me. We did have a prediction. We wanted to go through our predictions for the show for each match, so we'll pretty much be reviewing what we said on last week's episode and holding ourselves accountable. So I went for Daniel Bryan. I thought that was going to be his moment where he would get his moment in the sun, pretty much his last big WrestleMania moment before he leaves, exits the company. Bush, who'd you have?
I had Roman Reigns. I chose Roman Reigns. I felt like he was unbeatable, untouchable, and I felt like he would just pull it off. I didn't think they would put the belt on an aging Edge and Daniel Bryan, who's been talking about retirement. That was just my, no, they're not doing that. They're going to give it to Roman. This is Roman's time. You got Paul Heyman. He got his cousin. Nah. You got the squad. Ain't no, nah. He ain't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got lucky. I got one. You know what I mean? I got plenty, but I actually got this one. And this was one that I really wanted. As far as the other matches of night 2, I would say the one that I truly really enjoyed was Riddle and Sheamus. I really enjoyed that match.
It was a surprise banger, right?
Yes, it was.
So I thought that match was going to be off the top. So, I mean, from what we've seen on Monday Night Raw from the previous weeks, we knew that it was going to be a very physical match. And we've seen how Sheamus has been performing lately, especially in his storyline with Drew McIntyre. And I feel like this was kind of like his yo, man, you're not getting the main title with Bobby Lashley. You're not going to beat Drew for it. So why don't you take this United States Championship and just run it with this?
Yeah, and he did. And he did a dope job with that bro kick at the end.
Finish of the match, man. He caught Matt Riddle. He went for a springboard moonsault. Caught Matt Riddle midair, directly on his mouth, bust him open, and 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and
new United States champion.
And he stared at him. Sheamus stared him down. You know what I mean? Because Matt was looking at him like, you son of a bitch. and Sheamus was looking at him like, yeah, fella, I got the belt.
Yo, let's not forget about Riddle hitting that top rope Spanish fly, man. That shit was crazy. He hit, nuts. And he also hit. You notice he hit the jackhammer too.
Yes.
Shout out to Goldberg, man. He's been waiting for that match.
He's been wanting Goldberg for the longest time. So who knows? You know what I mean?
And despite how physical that this match was, there was a moment where it did get a little shaky. We saw Sheamus attempt a top rope white noise, and his leg slipped. And instead of him just trying to just go for the move anyway, he stopped, reset himself, made sure that Riddle was safe, and just applied a regular white noise, and that was dope.
He still held on to Riddle.
That just goes to show you how strong and how much control that he has.
Right. And he's still, it's not a botch if you can, get yourself together and do it again. Or do it, completely.
Man, if we're going to talk about botches, why don't we talk about the Women's Tag Team Championship match? Nia and Shayna versus Natalia and Tamina.
Okay, so great ideas. Beautiful ideas, poorly executed.
Yeah.
And I just kind of feel like Tamina just hasn't had enough time in the ring. She's been there for a long time, but she hasn't really wrestled on TV in a while. You know what I mean? On TV, Nia Jax. You know what I mean? Or Shayna Baszler.
True. You know what? I'm sorry. Let me pause that real quick. For the predictions for the United States Championship match, I had Riddle, you had Sheamus. Yes. So just to update everybody on the scores, I am 0-0. Bush is 2-0.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the Women's Tag Team Championship, I predicted Tamina and Natalia. Who did you have, Bush?
I had the same thing.
Okay.
Because I kind of felt like, okay, this is their moment. You know what I mean? I thought this was going to happen only if, what's-his-face, young Reggie.
Yeah, there was no Reginald tonight, man.
Reginald was not there. And I'm really curious if they're going to bring him in on tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. Because when he's there, the team looks like they're about to break up.
Yeah.
And when he's not, they look strong. So they look strong tonight, and I was expecting him to come out, screw everything up. The belts go to Tamina and Natalia, and that did not happen.
And especially because they won the tag team turmoil match the previous night, so it's like, okay, they had a little bit of momentum on their side. We saw Tamina hit the Superfly splash, showing love to her pops, And no, but no, it just was, there was botches all over the place.
There was botches everywhere, man. And I was kind of confused. By the way, she actually missed her moment with her Superfly Jimmy Snuka moment. She
tried to hit it. Well, she got it on
yeah, she got it on. She kind of got it on the right.
She didn't get it all clean. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But she did go for the Andre the Giant moment with Nia
Jax.
Jackson going for the power slam. I'm sorry, the body slam. And she went for it about 3 times before actually getting it. And then when she did get it, it was just very anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, yeah. Like, she didn't, like, scoop her up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But by that time, she looked like she was tired as hell. And that, again, to me, shows, like, man, they just aren't giving her enough time in the ring.
Yeah, or maybe she's just not that good.
Maybe not. I mean, yo, man.
Sometimes you just got to keep it 100, man. Like, sometimes it just be that way, man.
But, yeah, whatever.
Let's go into the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match.
Pretty, look, man. Kevin
Who'd
Owens.
you predict for that? Let's for each match, let's go through who we predicted. So I predicted for that one. I was going for Kevin Owens.
Let me see where it's at. I actually went for Sami Zayn.
So Sami Zayn, okay.
And I lost this one.
Okay, so I finally got 1 point on the scoreboard, and
I'm 2 for 2. Or
yeah.
two and
You're
yeah.
two up.
Two losses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sami Zayn, KO, whenever they're on the card, the match is gonna be
it's gonna be some fire.
And it was
15 years of history. And I was surprised at how good that Sami was in this match.
Sami, man. Sami is dope. Sami doesn't get enough credit as an in-ring wrestler. Like, everybody likes how his comedy side is.
Yeah.
And he's a really good actor with that. You know what I mean? With the whole, conspiracy theory thing and all that. Looking like Che Guevara. But, like, he has the whole thing down. But, his in-ring skills are top notch.
And he's a good character, man. Like, I really like everything they've been doing with the whole conspiracy theorist thing. Logan Paul coming out with them and Sami dancing again. And like, Logan Paul's theme song slaps too, by the way. That shit like goes.
They booed the hell out of that guy.
Yeah, they're not feeling him at all. He's a natural heel, man.
He is a natural heel. But I mean,
him and his brother both.
Yeah, they're both heels.
Sami hit that brainbuster on the apron.
That was crazy.
KO followed with this frog splash. And that fisherman suplex from the top rope from KO, that was crazy too.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that the one where Logan Paul
he was like, oh.
Logan Paul was like, oh damn, ooh, that looked like that hurt.
Yeah, Sami was super aggressive here, and I like this side of Sami because I like Sami as a babyface more because he has this really exciting moveset. But as a heel, man, he's still really putting it in. And when he did those haluva kicks in the corner. And he set up to go for another one, but KO caught him slipping, and I think he hit 2 super kicks, followed by a stunner, and that was a wrap.
Once you hit the stunner, bro, that's it.
That's it. Finito.
And then, Logan Paul came in.
Of course.
Did his whatever.
He was trying to mess with Sami, and, it's like KO is still in the ring, and he's like, that's my friend. You don't get to make fun of him like I do.
And then he grabbed KO's hand and like, yeah, this is the champion. Look at him.
Raising his hand in the air. And KO was like, yo, bro, come on.
KO went and did the Stone Cold thing, and the crowd went wild. He hit him with the stunner, and Logan Paul looked like Manny Pacquiao on the mat. You know what I mean? Shout out to Manny. I don't want no problems. Juan Marquez was juicing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man, since we talking about juice, let's talk about the juice that was going on on Alexa Bliss's face, man, and that fiend. Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton.
Segue
God, bro. Segue God. Episode 13. I got my reps in now. Yeah, I mean,
that's a segue,
shit, baby.
No, but okay. So this match, it was a decent match to start off with.
No, so they started the show off with this match, and we're kind of jumping around in order because we're just talking about the things that we were super interested in.
Yeah,
this match, it was dope. I liked how they showed a little. I want to say a little video package right before showing the return of the Fiend. So this wasn't the burnt up Fiend that we saw at the last pay-per-view.
No.
This was the Fiend back that we're used to seeing, the super dominant Fiend. And he had a brand new clean mask on. And it's I had to say that because it was he's usually super grimy and dirty looking.
Yeah, this shit was
white
Clorox clean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And straight off the back, so he's coming out in this Jack in the Box type thing, and Alexa Bliss is just turning it, and then the Fiend jumps out, and like he just starts giving it straight to Randy, like super powerful. It felt like a squash match for a minute, dude.
For a minute, I thought it was gonna be. I thought that Randy was going to lose, and then out of nowhere, fire hits the ring. Alexa Bliss pops out of that damn Jack in the Box, and she's got all this black goo all over her face.
Yeah, like the same black goo that Randy Orton was spitting out before. So it's like, what the hell is going on?
The Fiend walks to her, takes his attention off of Randy. Randy gets ready and hits him with a RKO. 1, 2, 3. End of the match. Randy wins. I got that one right.
Yes, you did.
I got that one right.
You got that one right, man. I was going for the Fiend. I just thought that was like the logical decision, seeing as how like this rivalry's been all about him. But nope, they swerved me. We got it wrong. Alexa Bliss looks like I don't know if she's turning on the Fiend or if she's like just playing with him.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on right now.
We're gonna have to tune into Monday Night Raw tomorrow.
She's playing with fire though.
Yeah, that's the wrong person to mess with.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Intercontinental Championship match, the Nigerian drum match, Big E versus Apollo.
Yo, okay, so I expected more out of Apollo as far as an entrance is concerned, as far as this as a Nigerian drum match, which no one knew what the hell it was going to be.
At all.
There was just hella kendo sticks, drums, and
tables just around
around.
But it was cool though. As soon as the match started, it was like they got straight out of the ring, got straight to the kendo sticks, and it was just like instant strikes. It was really cool.
Got to business.
Yes,
they got to business.
Yes, it was a very
it was a hard hitting
match.
Man,
there was a point when I saw Apollo hit Big E like 10 times repeatedly with the kendo stick to the point where it broke over Big E's back.
Big E charged him through the ropes. And they both went flying. I thought they were supposed to fly and hit a table. They ended up crashing into the ground.
Hard floor. And then let's not forget the Uranagi that Big E hit onto the steel steps for Cruz. And he just hit that hard. And it looked like he bounced off his ribs or like his elbow or something. And that looked like that really hurt Cruz for the rest of the match.
But then this big ass dude comes in.
Big ass African brother.
And he has a jacket on looking like he's a general or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, who is this dude? Because Big E was about to hit his finisher.
So this turned out to be his real name, Babatunde. You might last have seen him on the Monday Night Raw segment when they were doing Raw Underground. He was the final competitor that went against Braun Strowman. I believe they were calling him Dabba-Kato in Raw Underground. But this is also the same person. He was the main villain on the WWE movie, The Main Event. And he went by Samson there. So like to the kids that might have seen him from that, you'll definitely recognize him. And it's kind of cool how they're tying in the theme of like, because he's really African, and so is Apollo Crews. And so it's like, yo, on AJ Styles is on with Monday Night Raw, he has this Nigerian giant Omos, and now on SmackDown, we have Dabba-Kato. That's crazy.
Dabba-Kato came in, basically helped Apollo win this match, and he got
he just threw him like on top of him because Apollo was hurt still.
Who did we pick on this one?
I picked Apollo.
I believe I picked Apollo as well.
Let me confirm real quick for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both picked Apollo for that. So we finally we both equally got some points on that.
Am I missing one? I think I'm missing one match.
Our Raw Women's Championship, Asuka and Rhea Ripley.
That's the reason why I'm missing it, because I was so not interested in this match after about 2 or 3 minutes. It was a dope match as far as if you like technical stuff, but it did not connect with any of the crowd.
I think that it was just mostly showing Rhea Ripley overpowering and outdoing everything that Asuka could. She kept on just reversing everything.
I think also the reason why it wasn't connecting was because there was no real big build-up storyline to this because of everything that had happened before that. Lacey Evans,
Charlotte.
There was no Bailey. There was a lot of stuff that was completely missing.
And let's not forget during Rhea Ripley's entrance, you couldn't even hear the person on the microphone that was performing the song. They did the same thing with Wale when he was performing. It looked like he was lip syncing too because his mic was so low that you couldn't even hear it over the performance speakers.
I could kind of see why he was performing over his mic now over his.
Because we were like, yo, he's lip syncing. Yeah, you could tell when Biggie wouldn't grab him.
Yeah, because he pulled his mic away and his lyrics were still going.
Yeah.
and homegirl that was really singing, you couldn't even hear her at all.
Yeah.
I think they kind of adjusted it as Rhea was walking down.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, the only people that could hear it was the people at home because of the cameraman. other than that, I don't think anyone in that stadium heard her for the first like 30 seconds.
Yeah, and that kind of goes on to another thing that we were talking about for this whole weekend is how WWE, they've been kind of trying to pipe over the sound for certain people in certain segments, but it's like, yo, we catch the real moments on Twitter and we know what's up. And you know who we're talking about. The infamous Hulk Hogan getting booed at WrestleMania.
Yeah, man. As soon as this dude started to talk, all you heard was boos. It was trash. Because as soon as, Titus said something, it was all good. Hogan was like, you know what I gotta be, brother? And then everybody just let this fool have it.
Yeah, dude. It was bad. You can clearly hear that the boos, and they kept on trying to push it. And you seen him later on in the night. He switched to his NWO outfit just so he could be like, he'll get the cool points from being with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash and X-Pac.
Basically, because without that, ain't nobody worried about Hulk Hogan. I don't care if he dressed up in a pirate suit or not. You know what I mean? Fuck Hulk Hogan.
You heard what the man said.
As far as night one,
we had. Well, what was your prediction on that? You said you were for Asuka.
I went for Asuka, but fuck Hulk Hogan.
I went for Rhea Ripley, but fuck Hulk Hogan.
There we go.
So that I finally got some more points on that one. So I'm sorry, I had to slow down the flow.
That was worth it. That was 100% worth it.
All right, so we're going to go on to night one.
Yeah, because we were on night two. We were just talking about night two. We're going to go back, double down on night one now.
Yeah, so we're going to be going through our WrestleMania predictions as well as what we went through last week with the NXT Takeover. So we're pretty much combining that all together in this WrestleMania Spectacularrr.
Yeah, so give us some time. Give us some time.
And plus, it was all that tequila tonight, man. That
really was. That Patron. First match of the night. Night one, who did we have?
We had Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre, baby.
And
we opened up with WrestleMania.
Yeah, Mother Nature came in with her tag team partner God.
Yep.
And kind of made Vince McMahon get a little screwy, you know what I mean?
That's what he gets for booking Shawn Michaels and God versus the McMahons. God was like, you thought I forgot?
We ain't forgot about that.
Yep, hit him with that 2020 and then hit him with that 2021, the sequel.
He was like, oh, you in the Thunderdome? Okay.
But yeah, man, it finally happened. They pulled the trigger on Bobby Lashley. He was an absolute monster in this match against Drew McIntyre. I was not expecting this. We both were hoping for Lashley. We team Lashley around here as always.
Right.
I'm working on getting that WWE Championship belt in here one day. I'm just waiting on it to go sale. WWE shop. I got kids. You feel me? So I can't just be spending $350. Minus, plus tax. That don't work
plus
for me.
Tax.
And I ain't get my stimmy yet. Feel me?
I'm dead.
But overall, man, I really love this match. Bobby was pretty much powering over everything that Drew was throwing at him, and it was a great way to open the show. It was a very main event quality match within itself. What do you think about the finish of the match?
How do I say this? It to me seemed like Drew was trying to play off that like MVP interfered.
Right.
But
it was like off a step, right?
Yeah, he just like stopped, looked at MVP.
Yeah.
Then he decided
it was like MVP was supposed to say it 3 seconds before, but he was off or something.
I don't even know what was MVP supposed to say.
I don't know, because all he said was Bobby, and then he said it as
he was getting ready to kick him. And so Drew like stops, looks at him, and then tries to kick him, and it's like, I know what they're trying to do on TV where they're like, oh, he interfered in the match. But honestly, like, if you watch the match, Bobby Lashley wins clean.
Right.
He wins clean. Like,
he hit him with that carrying cross elbow smash to the back of the head and then put him in that hurt lock. And, there's nothing Drew could do about it.
We say that carrying cross elbow smash because we want people to realize that elbow smash is not a finisher.
It's not a finisher at all, dude.
It is a setup. And that when carrying cross does it, it is stupid. And when Bobby Lashley or Seth Rollins or anybody else on the main roster does it, it's just a setup.
If that is a finish, then so is a super kick.
Yeah. And there's plenty of those that go around. That shit happens all
if it's
day.
not Sweet Chin music, it ain't a finisher. I'm sorry.
No.
So my prediction for that was Bobby Lashley. Yours was as well. So that was a hell of a way to open up the show.
Did not see it coming, man. Did not see that coming. Shout outs to Drew though. He did it. You know what I mean? He let this. I mean, I'm sure they wrote it in, but Drew did the job. You know what I mean? Thank you. I appreciate that. I know we do.
Someone else that did the job was Seth Rollins versus Cesaro, man. And I was so happy to see Cesaro get his moment at WrestleMania. Granted, I kind of still think he's missing a little bit of the sauce that he needs to be a real main eventer, but he put on a technical masterpiece in this match with Seth Rollins.
I would like to see Cesaro go back to his James Bond gimmick.
Man, he needs something, but like I don't think the James Bond shit connected. So it's like him going back with anything is going to be, a backward step.
I guess, man, because I don't know. He's just missing something. There's just like, maybe it's the microphone skills. You know what I mean?
Well, the man speaks like 7 different languages. That's the crazy thing. It's just
and he needs to talk that shit in 7 different languages.
Yeah, you got to do something.
He needs to be like, say something in a different language and be like, you don't know what I'm talking about? Like, well, you'll find out. You know what I mean? Some shit like that.
Right? Yo, how about Seth Rollins being on fire in this match, dude? How about that corkscrew frog splash?
Yo, I did not see that coming.
I didn't see him pulling out the pedigree either.
I didn't see that coming either, but I forgot. I just forgot that
was one of his finishers.
Yeah, that's in his wheelhouse. You know what I mean? That's his stuff. It was dope. It was a great match. Cesaro looked amazing.
Yeah. He had the 23 swings. Jordan.
And then he had Seth on his shoulders.
Yeah, man. Yo, he was going crazy all around, and I think to a lot of people on Twitter and on the internet worlds. They was saying that this pretty much was the match of the night for them. It was not for me. I thought it was cool. But in that match, who did I have?
You had Cesaro.
I had Cesaro. I was right.
And I had Seth. So
okay.
I was wrong.
Cool. Okay, so another point on the board for your boy.
Tag team turmoil?
Man, let's even skip that because we already know what happened the next day.
Yeah.
And honestly, like we already kind of touched on those subjects. How about the Raw Tag Team Championship, New Day versus Omos and AJ Styles?
Hold on, Mandy Rose slipped. Anyways, New Day and AJ Styles.
She slipped, and all I heard was.
I need it louder. One more time. Okay, I'll take that.
Got hit by a smooth criminal.
Good guy.
Oh, man. Yeah, we have fun on this podcast, y'all.
So, AJ Styles and Omos, right?
Yes.
So,
Omos.
New Day, yo, they're great at a lot of things, man. They can even turn into heels during the match.
Yeah, basically by talking that shit like, yo, you guys are facing a real tag team.
Yeah, they kept telling AJ, you're a singles competitor. You're not a tag team artist. This is tag team. We're cutting off the ring.
Yo, I had to stop for a moment and really appreciate that Omos was sitting there wearing a sleeveless cardigan sweater. But it was like a dry fit one at that too. So it was because Omos usually has that Monday night drip.
Yeah.
He's usually he wears really fresh outfits, nice turtleneck, a nice blazer, some nice Chelsea boots. The dude's always dipped. But my man has like a cardigan dry fit. That shit had me weak.
And he took off his chain and all he did was take off his jacket and was ready to go.
Yo,
he was like a real bouncer.
So he finally got in the ring and he went straight Nigerian Debo and was like, he said, I've been waiting for this.
My man could run.
Yo,
he can run. He's what, 7'4"?
Yeah.
He's 7'4" and can run.
Yeah,
run.
It was crazy, man. AJ Styles jumped, he springboarded off the top rope onto Omos's shoulders and then hit a phenomenal forearm. That was lit.
He just stepped on Kofi Kingston and got
he hit him with like a pop-up powerbomb kind of move. He just like threw him on there and just 1 foot over him and it was a wrap.
It just kind of, I don't know, for whatever reason, this match reminded me of music for some reason. Whereas you keep going, but all you need is one hit.
Right.
And that's the hitter.
Yeah.
Omos is the hitter.
Yeah.
Because AJ was getting beat up, couldn't do anything, but as soon as he got his chance, and he tagged him in, it was over.
And we both knew better than to bet against AJ Styles at a WrestleMania. And
and Omos was 7-4.
Right? So we both ended up doing well on that. We both got the point.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the steel cage match. Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman.
It was lackluster, just as any of this storyline has been.
So if we're going to talk about this storyline, can we really talk about what this really is? Because this is a recycled storyline. This is the exact same storyline that Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax had at WrestleMania 34, in which the bigger person, who obviously is more physically imposing, was titled as the person that got bullied. And the bigger person is going to beat up the smaller person who is the bully and get redemption for anybody that's ever been called stupid in their life.
Whatever. The only good thing about this match was the fact that he opened up the steel cage and pulled Shane back through before Shane can go down and put his feet on the ground. And then Shane took this ridiculous bump off of the top, bro. Like, yo, I didn't understand it. Wasted.
Yeah, it was bad. So before the match even got started, Elias and Riker, they tried to slow down Braun. That was, kind of the story that it was like, clearly it was brains versus brawn. So Shane was doing everything that he could to kind of keep up with Braun, but like kind of outsmart him. And that was the coolest moment in the night when he actually broke that chain. I like that. And he choke slammed him out. But then, like you said, it's like, yo, if you're already on the top, why didn't you use your brain and just climb down?
Right. He climbed down to come and give him a power bomb, or not a power bomb, but a power slam.
Power slam, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, why didn't you just climb out
and win the match?
What's the point of? He already is dead. He literally just threw himself. Like, yo, man, get out of here.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. It was a dumb match. I give it a D-.
It was just something to put a McMahon on the card.
This match could have been replaced with the tag team titles.
I would have been okay with that.
This match could have been replaced with the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
So I had Braun for that. You had Shane.
Yeah.
Just for those keeping count.
And,
so your boy is getting these points and racking them up.
Yeah, I'm losing now thanks to Shane. Thanks for nothing.
That's what you get for betting on a man.
Braun. That was funny though. That was funny. That's the only reason why I went for him, actually.
Stupid.
Let's talk about the surprise match of the night from you, dude. Miz and Morrison versus Bad Bunny and Damian Priest.
Shout outs to the Miz and Morrison. They made Bad Bunny look like $1 million. And shout outs to Bad Bunny.
Shout outs to Bad Bunny, yo.
Shout outs to Bad Bunny.
Since our very first episode, we've been talking about you, and you have not let us down. Granted, we were talking a little bit of shit at first, but...
At first, because you slipped. But,
man, you made up for it tenfold.
You have made up for it a bunch. You won a 24/7 title.
Yeah, and then you won a Grammy. You went on SNL with the shit. Like, yo, man, you truly held it down. I became a legit Bad Bunny fan. I listened to like his music. I don't even know what he's saying. Like I legit look up the translations and started listening to other reggaeton artists just because of Bad Bunny. So it's like, it's kind of dope, the fact that he's had, and even my kids are like, oh, that's Bad Bunny. Like, they know what's up. And this match was really dope. I was surprised at how much time and effort that he was in that match. I thought that it was going to be like, okay, you're a celebrity, just go in there for a couple of bumps and let Damian Priest do the work. But no, man, like, he was really putting in the work.
Yeah. He stayed in there for almost, the match lasted, 15 minutes?
Like a cool 15.
And he lasted for like 10.
It was around the same kind of hype. Like, for those that remember the Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle match versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, it was that same kind of energy, that same kind of like, yo, this is a celebrity that can really do this.
Yeah, no, I was dope.
Bunny's entrance is fire, too.
Yeah, he came out on a damn diesel.
Yeah, like pretty much the same thing that he has on his album cover. So it's like staying on brand. And then we saw tonight that Triple H gave him like... what was that, like a Triple H microphone or something? Because it's like, okay, you finished it on our world, now go in your world and do your thing. Yeah. Announce the Bad Bunny tour.
Yeah,
that was badass.
He announced the tour with all the tour dates on it on WrestleMania night 2.
Smart man.
Like, dude, this is... And he had an amazing performance at WrestleMania Day 1.
Yo, tornado DDTs, flying head scissors. He hit the bunny splash like he did at Royal Rumble.
The Canadian Destroyer on the outside.
The Bunny Destroyer.
The Bunny Destroyer.
Yeah, double team moves with Damian Priest. Like, he overachieved, dude.
Yeah, I actually forgot that Damian Priest was in the match.
See? So actually, so it originally was supposed to be Bunny versus Miz, and I found out that it was because Damian Priest, he wasn't medically cleared until like the last minute. It wasn't until Saturday morning that it was like, okay, he can for sure do it.
If I'm Damian Priest, I'm trying to be a tag team partner with somebody.
Right?
Because, obviously it's working.
Yeah.
That worked out for him.
Keep that momentum going.
Match of the night. Which one? Well, let's get back to. I had Bunny. You had Bunny, right?
I had Bunny as well.
Yeah.
Let's tally these up before we jump onto something hot. There was definitely one more match. The match of the night for me.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks, the main event, the history-making match, and boy was I glad that I sat there and watched it.
Now, granted, Bad Bunny's match, if you like that match, I understand why completely. But this match right here was just different, because this kind of match right here is going down in history. Bad Bunny's probably the best entertainer to ever step foot in a WWE ring and put on performance the way he did. But this match is just different.
This shit was different, bro. The promo before the match completely pulled me in. This was a generational passing of the torch type of match, and you could see it and feel it. Everybody in the crowd was feeling it. Everybody on the internet was feeling it. And man, even like, so before WrestleMania started, I did a little Twitter poll just to kind of, see what our engagement was on Twitter. And everybody was thinking that Bianca was going to win this match.
Yeah, I believe
it was her time.
I believe we both chose that too.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks,
she put on a hell of a performance. She is a star, man. And what was choking me up, and it was like I legitimately had a moment when before the match started and they're just staring at each other.
Yeah.
And the emotion that was dripping off both of the girls' faces, but specifically Bianca, to where the point was like, she looked like she was about to bust out crying because she was living her dream.
Now, granted, Michael Cole, he screwed up a lot this WrestleMania on certain moves or whatever, but he got one thing correct.
What did he get?
When he basically told the crowd, like, this is the first time two black females have ever wrestled the main event at WrestleMania.
Yes, that's correct. And not only that, it is the first time two black people in general have main evented a WrestleMania. Better yet, for a championship as well, So that was such a huge deal.
Yeah.
And boy, did they show out. That was a main event match.
They killed it. There was this one move that Sasha Banks did with the DDT.
Oh, yeah. So, Sasha Banks did like
that was insane.
She did a tornado DDT, but she did like she bounced from one corner to the ropes and then drove her head down. My thing that got me though was when Sasha Banks went for that dive outside, but Bianca caught her, rolled through John Cena style, picked her up and gorilla pressed her as she walked up the steps and threw her back into the ring.
Yeah, like she dove outside and she picked her up and rolled her up and just walked up the steps like it was nothing.
It was such a great matchup of styles, and when you have somebody that's light, luchador style-esque, high risk strikes, and Sasha Banks with the powerhouse and athleticism of Bianca Belair. She's going around doing running shooting star presses, landing them no problem, doing 450 splashes in this match, and just like overpowering and just like nailing it.
What splash was it that Bianca Belair did from the corner? She like ran and did like a flip. It landed on Sasha. And
that was the 450. So
okay.
That was the 450 splash that when Bianca first got, when Sasha had her legs up. And then later on in the night, she hit it again.
Yes. Yeah. That one was dope.
Bianca grabbed her hair when she went for the standing moonsault. And then, by her grabbing her hair, first and foremost, don't ever touch a black woman's hair.
No.
You're just asking for it.
Yeah.
But Bianca, man, she picked up Sasha and she had her up in a vertical suplex position and she walked over to the ropes, tapped her on, went to another rope, tapped her again, like just showing pure dominance, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
That when she grabbed her hair, pulled it, and then she hit her with her hair with like a whip.
She hit her with the hair whip. That's right. And Bianca reversed it.
I thought that was I thought that sound was put there.
Like piped in noise?
Yes, and it was not.
That shit echoed throughout the crowd, man.
Yeah, it sounded like a whoosh, and
yes.
It really left a mark on Sasha Banks' whole side.
It looked like she got hit with a leather whip.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, but Sasha Banks hit the KOD, the kiss of death, and the crowd goes freaking nuts, man. Bianca's dad almost jumped over the barricade. It was great.
Yeah, no, it was a moment.
It was an excellent way to end the show.
Yep. Night one is my favorite night of them all, and that was my favorite night of them all.
Yeah, that was great, and it was a great way to open up WrestleMania as a whole. It's like this is what you're going to be looking forward to, and damn it, now I think about it, I think night one was the better night.
I think
of the two.
Yeah,
Granted, I really was into the Universal Championship match, but
overall, like an overall assessment, I'm going with night one as the best night.
Yeah, and I agree. It was. Why don't we get into NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver?
Okay, so this is kind of blurry for me right now
because there's so much wrestling that we've had.
Dude, I mean, look, okay, let me get AEW out the way real quick.
Do we even need to talk about AEW?
The only thing I'll say is that the Chris Jericho could cut a damn good promo, and that Kenny Omega and them are looking great.
Yeah, Kenny Omega. I don't really remember what he did, but I do remember the Chris Jericho promo, and he was talking a lot of shit, and I appreciated that.
Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, they're in it together.
Yeah, man, that shit was weak.
They're in it together. We knew it was coming though.
Yeah,
we knew it was coming. Other than that, that's all I got. I ain't really AEW.
Yeah, fuck it, man. We talking about NXT, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you? I'm over here stuttering and shit.
No, I understand. It was a long
Io
time.
Shirai and Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship.
Loved it. Think Io Shirai's best match. I think it's my favorite one. Even though she lost, that's my girl. I thought that was her best match that I've seen, that I've watched. She is insanely dope, man. Like
Mad finesse.
It's nothing to her. And the way she needs to be a heel because she is so cocky.
Well, they had her as a heel at first, but she just got over, and that's what it was. And she's not meant to be like a good guy, but it's like she's just so fucking good that people just rock with her.
It was a good match. I know we knew Raquel Gonzalez, it's her time. She's just too damn powerful. She's too big, and Io Shirai's 5'1". Here's a wrap.
Io jumped off the top of the stage from that skull thing. That shit was crazy.
That was dope. That's a moment. You know what I mean? That's a moment right there. Raquel won. You know what I mean? She hit her with that finisher, and she did it in front of her parents, and
man. We found out some unfortunate news about Raquel Gonzalez this week, so we're not as over on her as she was, but we'll keep that out of this pod.
We're not gonna mention anything about that. But as far as like her wrestling skills or whatever, she did a great job.
She did a damn good job in the ring. Let's talk about that tag team championship match, MSK versus Grizzled Young Veterans.
One thing, we both had that one right.
Yes, we did. Shit, man, we got so many predictions. We're going to have to tally all this up.
It's crazy, right? It's crazy.
Yo, this week was nuts, bro.
It's crazy.
This week was nuts. Okay,
I believe you had MSK.
I did have MSK for this. You had Legado.
Yeah, I had Legado.
Okay, so let me tally that up because MSK did take that. But damn, that was a hell of a match. That was like an AEW style match, dude. Like with how fast paced that it was. Legado was going off. I thought at least in a little bit of Rey Fenix in there with how much they were going off, man.
Legado del Fantasma is an issue. They are an issue. But MSK, look, from the time I saw them in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, whatever, to now, I feel like they've only gotten better and better and better.
Yeah, like that match overall, dude. Like this shit was fire. Like
my little brother loved it, and my brother does not watch wrestling. He was tripping.
Those are the type of matches that you need to show people, like your little brother or like your kids and stuff, to be like, "Yo, this is what we watched,"
Yeah.
But that was dope. MSK got the win after hitting a double team finisher, and I really think Wesley looked really good in that match. He's the standout for MSK for me. He's the brother with the dreads, or not the dreads, with the little braids.
So, are we gonna get into this gauntlet match?
The Gauntlet Eliminator match, this shit was off the hook. Just to sum it up,
you would do this better than I can.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run through the hotness. Swerve, he attacks Leon Ruff before the match starts. Ruff ends up reversing the top rope powerbomb attempt into a Hurricane Rana. Reed finally comes out and he dominates both. Cameron Grimes comes out, and the funniest shit to me is he buys Swerve off so that he has somebody to have his back throughout the whole match with a stack of money. He basically is like, "Yo, I got this money. How about we just take out Ruff?" And they double team him. And pretty much for the rest of the match, that's pretty much what's going on until we see, I'm kind of fast forwarding a lot.
Yeah.
But Swerve ends up, double crossing him. And the final two competitors are Bronson Reed and Isaiah Swerve Scott. Swerve hits 3 huge kicks to Bronson Reed's head, and it just can't keep him down. Reed hits the Tsunami Splash from the top rope, and he gets the win and advances on to night 2 for the NXT Championship with Johnny Gargano.
And you won that match. You won that.
I won that because I picked Gargano. I got this wrong because I picked Cameron Grimes to win this specific match, but I did get the other one right.
You got the main one right. You got the one right.
Hey, man, I can't vote against Johnny Takeover, man. The dude is just like, his reputation at Takeover is just far too much.
And see, I got it wrong because I felt like Dexter Lumis was going to come in.
So I'm just only going to count that for 1.
Yeah. You count mine down. You count mine for 0. It's okay.
Yeah. I won't do both of them because it's like, fuck it. Let's talk about, for night 1, my biggest standout match was Walter versus Tommaso Champa. That was a smack fest. I know I said that the Nigerian Debo, but we're going to talk about the Austrian Debo, Walter, because he was smacking shit so hard that he broke the announce table. He slapped the decal off of the wooden announce table, bro. Like, his pimp hand is super strong.
Savage, bro.
Like 100%, dude. Like, this was a slap fest. This was a beating.
Okay, so this is the first match I showed my brother.
Good.
And he was like, oh, what the hell? Because I was like, this dude is like 6'4". And he's like, oh my God. Like,
I knew he was ready for the funk, man. He came out with like a nice fresh high fade, like with a part on the side, like that's either like Nazi or like hood. So I was like, Walter's ready for it, man. Like
Champa, when they're announcing everybody, Champa's like screaming, and Walter like tells him, calm down. Calm down. Relax, okay, relax.
So the whole, like, the funniest, so the story that they were telling to me was Champa finally trying to get Walter off his feet. He finally started to fire up, and he gets a moment where he goes for like 2 or 3 different clotheslines. But unfortunately, USA went to picture-in-picture. So the whole time, Champa legitimately hits 25 running clotheslines on Walter, and you just see this picture-in-picture the whole time until it comes back from a break, and you see him like the last 2, and Walter finally falls over, and it was great, man. Like it was great.
Well, I was really impressed with the finisher, honestly.
Were you? Because I thought it was kind of anticlimactic. Well, so he was selling the hand most of the night.
Okay.
Or most of the match.
Not the finisher, but leading up to the finisher.
Okay.
I felt like the finisher could have been better.
It was anticlimactic.
Because, dude, a slap, that's how you're going to end up this match?
Yeah. Because he hit the power bomb and then followed it with a slap. Yeah. I feel like it should have been reversed. Just kind of like on Zakarian Cross shit.
Yes.
You know how we feel about that.
Yes.
We want big finishers.
Yes. Because, dude, you're a big guy. And I understand, the slap, but, you've been getting your hand beat up all night. So,
yeah,
you're supposed to sell, in my opinion. What do I know? I'm a jabroni. But
I want to see Walter with Drew and Sheamus ASAP.
Facts.
Please.
Facts.
Give me that.
Yeah.
Shit, I'll throw Riddle in there too.
Hey, Riddle is a beast, bro. After tonight, I'm feeling that.
We both had Walter for that one, so let's put some more points on the board.
You got to see Kishida versus Pete Dunn.
Yes, I did. And honestly,
they don't show this on Hulu.
This was a 6-pack of mid. I expected so much more. And
not a 6-pack.
A 6-pack of mid, bro. Because again, so honestly, I picked Kushida because the last couple of takeovers, he's been killing it, but he hasn't been getting any big wins. And I guess I shouldn't have been picking him against Pete Dunne because he's been on fire and he has his own squad. But regardless,
as you can tell, I like to pick the squad.
You should.
I always
it usually works.
I always go in numbers in the favor, man, because it's just look, I would love to see Kishida win, and the fact that he lost pisses me off though, because it's yes, I'm happy I got my win by picking Pete Dunne, but Kishida, man, what are they doing to this guy?
Right, he's too damn good. He needs to be doing something else. I don't know, have him as a cruiserweight champion, going after Santos or something, but something needs to happen with him. But he just caught a loss to Santos, 2 weeks ago on NXT, right?
Yep.
But overall, I expected more from that.
That was night 1.
That was night 1, but man, we're going to talk about night 2, which was the show-stealing night. This was the best night of wrestling for me because the show started off with the NXT Cruiserweight Championship match, Jordan Devlin and Santos Escobar.
Might be one of my favorite matches.
Bro, this might be like my favorite match of like the whole week.
Yeah.
Top 5 for sure the whole week, including WrestleMania matches.
There is just too much action going on in this one and too many high-flying things.
It was the perfect way to open up the show. It wasn't overly flippy or too fast. Everything seemed slow and thought out and like so smooth. Santos was smooth this whole match.
Yeah, he was, man. He came out smooth. You know what I mean?
Bro, he came out... Bro, I knew it was going to be fire when I seen Santos come out with a bandana over his mask. This nigga had a mask over a mask over a mask. Like you could tell he's ready to get it. I was 100% in.
And Jordan Devlin was not he didn't disappoint.
Bro, Jordan Devlin did a back body drop onto Santos, and Santos went onto this damn ladder. I got weak. Santos said, "Ay, cabrón."
Yeah, ay,
cabrón. Like, that shit had me dead, bro. like, yo, and the crazy thing is they're trying to make Santos be this heel, but the crowd is going crazy for him.
They gave it up.
And then we seen what happened at the end of the match when he had his son come out too.
Yeah. Having your son come out and then you put the mask on him while you have Legado del Fantasma standing behind you.
And give him your other championship belt. Like, that was the most babyface thing to do,
How can he not be a babyface? And yo, man, he's on some Eddie Guerrero shit.
Yeah. It's
working. Still type shit.
It's working so well. Please keep it up. Jordan Devlin, you did great in this match. He hit that Spanish fly off the top of the ladder.
Yeah.
He hit that. He stepped all the way to the top level of the ladder and hit that moonsault. That shit was crazy.
That was crazy.
I love this match overall.
Yeah. No, and we both chose Escobar.
Of course. How could we not?
Because Escobar'sman.com.
NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. We had Shotzi Blackheart versus The Way.
It was a good match. To me personally, I had Shotzi and Ember Moon winning it off the bat. And
well, for me, I had The Way, and the reason why is because I said they've been getting a ton of like TV time, but boy was I wrong. As soon as I saw Shotzi Blackheart come out and Ember Moon on that new take that they had, and they was like coming out like a No Limit Soldiers, like I was like, yo, damn it, I picked the wrong team.
I just felt like, look, they weren't going to give up the belts again. Like, they already gave up the belts once. They're not going to give it up twice in a matter of 2 weeks. Like, I just didn't feel like that was going to happen. I just didn't see it happening.
Yeah.
And you know what? I heard some things about, oh, God, what's her name? Not Ember Moon. Shotzi Blackheart's father just recently.
Oh, yeah. You know, RIP. And shit, man, while we're at it, rest in peace one time for DMX.
Man. Dude, RIP DMX.
Yeah, man. Completely off subject, but, you know, one of our biggest influences of our generation, musically, and, man, you were a legend in many ways than just as a rap artist.
Yeah, if you were following me on my IG or anything I've been posting, you know my stories that I've had about DMX personally. I don't know him personally. I'm just saying how I connected to his music. Yo, that one really hurt. That one really, really hurt. So,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know what else hurt? Seeing Finn Balor get that ass whooped by Karrion Kross.
Okay, so I didn't watch this. I saw the results, and I was pissed because I just knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah, man.
I just knew.
We both kind of saw it coming.
I chose Balor, but and honestly, I'm really upset with NXT on this one because they didn't let Balor turn into the monster.
Well, you know what? He said that if he was to do it, it would be regression, and he doesn't want to go and be the demon Finn Balor anymore. So that's pretty much the whole reason why it didn't happen. And
we don't let wrestlers dictate what we do. Okay? If we did that, then we wouldn't be WWE, right?
Yeah, man. Cross, He came out dressed like a gladiator, and I don't know, that shit just seemed really corny.
I'm not even worried about Cross. I'm like so not worried about Cross.
Yeah, Balor, it was dope. During his entrance, they showed like they had pictures on all the screens of all his wins or like major moments that he had in NXT history with him with the belt, with him dressed as a demon, and like being the current prince. It was just really cool. But I guess like the story that they're trying to tell was like when Cross gets emotional, he gets red, or he sees red like a bull and goes crazy, and pretty much, white rage. That's it. that's carrying Cross.
His finisher just drives me insane. I can't even watch his matches because it's just I don't connect to anything this dude does.
He does 2 Doomsday suplexes and 2 forearm smashes and gets the win. That's it.
Okay.
That's the end of the story. We were both wrong on that because we both didn't see Karrion Kross's boring ass become the NXT champion, but he did.
The other ones that we were wrong on, but I believe that
for good reason, man.
It was a great match.
Yo, this was another one of my sleepers of the whole week. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly in the unsanctioned match. Boy, this shit was a banger. My man Bush, he didn't get to see it when it first aired, and I made sure that he watched it before we recorded this podcast.
And it was worth it.
Well worth it. It was like it was a masterpiece, dude, on every single level. That was a main event to the T. It was a star-making performance for Kyle O'Reilly. It solidified that Adam Cole is that dude. I was saying that it was like slow, and thought-out paced like a Triple H match at WrestleMania. That's what it felt like to me.
Watching it, there was one part of the match, was a big part, when they both went through the ring entrance.
Yeah, on that ramp, right?
Yeah, they both go through the ramp.
That was crazy.
And then Adam Cole gets out and he punches through the sheetrock.
Yeah, like does a super kick through it, right?
Yeah, and then he
just starts pulling it hand by
O'Reilly out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like, yo, I did not see that coming. I love Adam Cole knocking out the referee, saying you only have one job.
That was weak, though, because when you think about it, like, he stopped him from injuring Kyle O'Reilly, but this match was supposed to be unsanctioned. So by him doing that, like, that, he could have got the win there. And yeah, nobody wanted to see Kyle, get really hurt, but like that ended up costing Adam Cole in the long term. And there's just so many highlights.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. And what I thought was really cool was how they used that chain throughout the match. Like,
the chain.
We saw Kyle O'Reilly get tossed straight into that chain and just straight, like, straight literal clothesline with the chain. That was like the special guest of the match was the chain.
Yeah, the chain changed everything.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He just straight threw him like it was a wrap, dude. Like, he wrapped it around his knee, ended up busting Adam Cole in the head with it to finish the match. And he was like trembling and looked like he was hitting this, like he had a seizure at the end. Like, it was dope.
It was a great match. Definitely not the finish I thought, but I am okay with being wrong on that one.
Yeah, well worth it. And again, this was dope. This
it put Kyle O'Reilly over, and Adam Cole is obviously
he been that dude.
Man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and this to me is like strong contender, like match of the year early on.
Shout outs to Adam Cole and Britt Baker.
Yes.
DMD. Had to get that out there.
All right, man. So that's pretty much going to wrap up the main recap. I'm going to tally up these, and what I want you to do in the meantime, let's start thinking about our wrestlers of the week. And since it's WrestleMania week,
5.
let's do it big. Let's do 1 through 5 this time.
Ooh, oh my God. All right, let me think about mine. Just off the cuff, let me see. I'm gonna go with Escobar.
Okay.
I gotta go with Escobar. I'm also gonna go with, let me see. I'm thinking, guys. I'm sorry. I know it's hard for me to think, but just give me a second. Get the D. I'm gonna go with Io Shirai.
Okay.
Because I felt like that was like one of her best matches. I'm also gonna go with, as far as like night 1 is concerned.
It's just whatever you want. Let me jump in and throw some of mine in there.
Yeah, please do. I'm having trouble on this one. I'm like looking through my
Wrestlers
notes.
of the week. First and foremost, let's go with my girl, Bianca Belair. Number 1, first and foremost, you had that amazing moment, and it could not have happened without Wrestler of the Week number 2 for me, Sasha Banks. And the fact that they opened up the show with my wrestler number 3, Bobby Lashley, and he retained the championship, that made everything dope for me. And that which is going to lead into my wrestler of the week number 4, which is Roman Reigns winning the Universal Championship and retaining and completing his story arc and remaining the head of the table. My wrestler number 5 is going to be a tie. No, you know what? It's not. It's Santos Escobar.
Okay, so that's nice. That's good. So I had Escobar, right? That was my 1.
You had Io Shirai as well.
As 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Bianca for 3.
Okay.
I'm also gonna go with Bobby Lashley for 4.
Okay.
And my 5th is Bad Bunny.
Oh, I forgot about my man Bad Bunny.
Now,
I could have
this was
threw
close.
him in there.
This was close because I like Matt Riddle and Sheamus' match. This is close.
If I were to take someone out, I would take Sasha out and put Bad Bunny in. But because it takes 2 to tango and the fact that they made that history together, I'm keeping them both in.
Okay. That's cool.
Match of the week for you, Bush.
Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks.
Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks for me too.
That has to be my match.
It's history, baby.
Yeah.
How can you not?
That's it. That's the match of the week for me. Because, dude, I could watch that match over and over.
Yeah, that was magic, man.
Yeah.
Now, if we had to pick out of all these special shows, NXT Takeover Night 1, NXT Takeover Night 2, WrestleMania Night 1, WrestleMania Night 2, what was the best show of the week for you?
WrestleMania Night 1.
We talked about it earlier.
I have to
go.
go.
And I agree. WrestleMania Night 1 was a great way to open up the whole WrestleMania vibe. Magical moments. It was. I watched it again for the second time this morning, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I watched it early in the morning. Like I'm talking like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning last night, just so I can make sure I got everything down for today. And I was very happy watching that shit. I was like, yo, this is dope. Like, I didn't want to go to bed. I woke up and I put it back on just so I could watch the rest of it. And it was hella worth it.
And that's what this is all about, man. We started this whole podcast in the first place because this is the funnest time of the year as a wrestling fan. Leading from the road to WrestleMania, from Royal Rumble all the way up until WrestleMania. There's so much unpredictable things going on. And there's a ton of things that happened this week that we're not even talking about because if this is just the funnest week in wrestling. Man, I had a great time, Bush. First off, man, let me just say thank you, man, for even us like being able to continue to do this and put this podcast together, man, and just coming together as Jabroni Bros and making this happen.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I appreciate to be a part of it. It got me back into really paying attention to the details of wrestling and looking at storylines and everything else that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, man.
Even got my wife watching Dark Side of the Ring. And she loves it, actually.
See?
She really, really enjoys it because she's a criminal justice major. So, with all the shit that happens, she's, in awe. She had no idea this stuff was going on.
And people don't realize that wrestling is everywhere. It's one of the last true American art forms. And everywhere you go, it's wrestling. Dude, you turn on the TV, you see Young Rock.
Yeah.
You go to movies, you see him in film. People are talking about voting for him to be the potential president.
Bro, you've seen wrestlers in all kinds of different TV shows.
John Cena's everywhere right now.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time.
Shaq's doing wrestling. And
Shaq has done wrestling well.
Yeah,
as well.
It's been great, man. For those that have been keeping along and been wondering who won for the WrestleMania predictions, man, this is a funny one. We have a tie, baby, 14-14.
This is ridiculous. This is outrage. This is outrage.
I did not expect that. I'm sure Bush did not expect that either.
No, I did not.
But we have a dead tie.
But that's dope. Because
that is dope.
You know what? For me, that means I'm on point. Because Larry watches way more wrestling than I do. Way more. I'm talking way more.
I've been watching nothing but wrestling
the last 24, 48 hours.
Yeah, no, this whole week, that's it. I'm almost exhausted. I just want to stop. But I can't because Monday Night Raw is tomorrow and then NXT's on Tuesday, AEW's on Wednesday, Impact's on Thursday now, and then SmackDown again on Friday. It's I can never stop.
No. And see, I keep up on my phone. If I can't come up with things, if you guys hear me stumbling and mumbling on shit, it's because I really have a lot of other things that I'm doing on the outside of wrestling, and I'm really trying to keep up with this shit.
And I be drunk.
And I'm the bartender, so my bad, y'all.
Man, served me up some bomb margaritas, man. I've been sobering up for the past like 2-3 hours, man. Fortunately, I got to work tomorrow. But like, yo,
That's what's up.
It's WrestleMania, man. Yo, this has been a hell of a ride, and we want to thank everybody that's been rocking with us. You guys already know where to follow us at Jabroni Bros Pod. We're gonna wrap up this podcast here. Bush, is there anything else you want to say to our fans before we get out of here?
Yeah, shout out to all 300 of y'all on Twitter.
Yo,
thank you guys for that.
We appreciate y'all. Yo, I think that's all I got to say, man. Before I do close the show, shout out to Titus O'Neil and fuck Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, fuck Hulk Hogan all day.
And we'll see you guys on next week's show.
Peace.
Peace.